Yep, Tim's back there holding down the fort. Good evening. I'd like to call the village board meeting for the Village of Cary for October 15th, 2024 to order with roll call, please.
Collier.
Here.
Weinhammer.
Here.
Stefani.
Here.
McAlpine.
Here.
Walrath.
Here.
Thank you. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now moving to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. I had a few people. Randall?
Yep. I'm back. Been here before. Specifically regarding, no one's gotten back to me since I was here last, in regarding to the forgery and the fraud complaints that I've made. Any updates? This is over 2 months ago. Any progress? You know, in Illinois, forgery is a felony. It's the act of creating and altering or possessing a document with intent to defraud somebody by making a false document, altering a document to make it false, issuing or delivering a false document, and possessing a false document. Did someone forge my signature on a contract? Yes, they did. Absolutely. Did I file a complaint with the police? Yes, I did. Absolutely. Is there evidence that the document was used illegally? Absolutely. Oh, and who was it used with? Office of Attorney General of the state of Illinois, the AG's office. There was a copy of that document that went to them. And it was for the purpose of convincing the AG that there was some kind of binding agreement or contract with us and the business. And there absolutely was not. I have documented evidence, black and white. Is there ample evidence leading to who did this? Absolutely, yes. Has the Cary Police done anything to properly investigate this? Not that I can see. Have they established a chain of custody of the document? No, not that I know of. Have they questioned anyone who may have done it? No, not that I'm aware of. Have they acquired the associated electronic records that would go further to prove that this is what occurred? No. Did they properly execute subpoenas that they requested? No, they were not properly executed. Is it not the sworn duty of the Cary Police to properly investigate felony crimes in this community? Isn't that their job? You know where the real hypocrisy here is? And I mean seriously, hypocrisy. Is that every board meeting, this assembly stands and does a pledge of allegiance to that flag. And at the end, it ends with liberty and justice for all. Ask yourselves, is there really justice for all here? I don't feel it. The final question is what are you all going to do about it?
Thank you for your comments. I'll be happy to sit down and talk with you again, like we did before. We dialed in the attorney, our state's attorney. He told me that with our chief of police, that there was no case here.
I have it black and white of what I said.
Yeah. The state's attorney I convened a meeting with the state's attorney in your behalf. The state's attorney
When?
indicated, you were sitting right there. You were in the meeting.
That was not what I would call a proper meeting with the state's attorney in any way, shape, or form. It was an attempt to sweep this under the rug, and that's what you've been constantly doing. My lawyer says, keep coming back, keep piling it on.
Okay. Thank you very much for your comments. Chris Reike?
Chris, 446 Lloyd Street. I just have a question. You were quick to change the zoning on the property over here, and the builder still has not purchased the property, and yet you wanted to change it right away so he could put his housing up. Then I got email sent to me that said if you have property for sale for the city, I mean, if you have better ideas or we had signatures, we had people here at the meetings in regards to the Maplewood property. I know that's a done deal, it's over and done with. But by now they would have had a bus garage, would have been all nicely landscaped, would have been perfect. Baseball fields all set, but that is far and beyond there. One last thing. I'm not sure if you issued the builder the $35,000 for the TIF tax money for the sidewalk and the landscaping and at 2nd Street and 14. And if you did, when is he gonna fix the sidewalk and the curb along 14 and the sidewalk along 2nd Street? And the landscaping, there's 2 trees. When is all that gonna be done?
Do you have any other? I'll answer all your questions. What's your next question? I'll be happy to answer those.
That's it.
The land, when it's a reimbursement, so when the developer does what he's supposed to do, then he gets reimbursed. So he won't get any money until the project is done.
Okay.
Thank you. John Rohrbeck?
I'm John Rohrbeck, 120 Cherry Street. I want to thank you for starting the process of looking into the feasibility of sidewalks in the Hilltop subdivision. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend the last few meetings due to work. But I thought my opinion and thoughts on the matter were clear and stated at previous meetings. I was amazed to read the minutes of the September 17th meeting and also view the video that is recorded, where the mayor mentioned that there was a petition and now it was a majority opinion against sidewalks in the subdivision. I want to thank the members of the board that questioned that and advocated for open communications in these meetings. And I caution all elected officials when communicating with the public, because what was presented does not accurately describe the situation and the thoughts of the residents in the Hilltop subdivision. I did not see this petition. It's probably because they know where I stand. You know where a lot of people stand in that subdivision. What was reflected was not accurate.
Let me address the petition. All I mentioned was that it was presented to the village board that there was a petition. We don't take those we take what the information that we get is based on facts. All I was doing was telling, whenever we get an email about something, we let everybody know that there was an email for something or against something. And that's the only thing I meant. I didn't say anything about the credibility or that we were taking that as a credible petition.
With the exception of you saying only one person didn't sign.
That was brought to my attention, yes. I have not seen the final product.
The
All it was
way-
brought to our attention, sir.
The way it was presented was that was a definitive new presentation from our subdivision. It's
Yes.
not. Thank you for everybody that raised the questions.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to address the village board? We'll go close open forum at 6:11. A couple things. One, I want to thank Trustee McAlpine and the rest of the board for filling in for me while I was absent on the first. I appreciate everything. It was well done. I watched the meeting, so I feel like I'm caught up with things. But I appreciate that. First, we have an employee recognition, Michael McManus from the Public Works Department. He is celebrating his 5-year anniversary. Michael, would you like to come up here, please? Congratulations. Thank you. 5 years. I hear good things about you, but I'm going to turn it over to your boss.
Thanks, Mayor. Mike is, I'm trying to think of what to really say to tell you about Mike. And the first things that really come to mind, he's a great employee. He's an employee that every employer would love to have, but even more than that, he's an employee that a supervisor dreams of having. So Mike's got a Class B, or he's working on his Class B water license. He's about to take the test, but he's got a Class 1 wastewater license. And a Class 1 wastewater license is nothing to shy away from. That's the biggest accomplishment for a wastewater operator. Class B is the biggest license that a water operator can have within our water system. And within 5 years, he's been able to do that. So just want to thank Mike for all of his hard work and continued service for the department.
Thank you. We have a very small token of our appreciation. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. A couple of proclamations. Anybody want to do World Polio Day? Hey, what are you saying? Okay, I'll do it. World Polio Day, October 24th, 2024. Whereas the Rotary Club of Cary Grove is a member of Rotary International, the world's first and still one of the largest non-for-profit service organizations founded in Chicago, Illinois in 1905. And whereas in 1985, Rotary launched Polio Plus and spearheaded the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, which today includes the World Health Organization, U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, UNICEF, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to immunize all the children of the world against polio. And whereas the polio cases have dropped over 99.9% since 1988, and where the world stands on the threshold of eradicating this dreaded disease and thereby eliminating the threat of polio-caused paralysis to every child in the world. Now, therefore, I, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, do hereby proclaim October 24th, 2024 as World Polio Day in the Village of Cary, and do hereby encourage all residents to join Rotarians of the Rotary Club of Cary Grove in the fight for polio-free world, dated this 15th day of October 2024. The next one I have is National Red Ribbon Week. Life is a movie, film drug-free. Whereas substance abuse is particularly damaging to one of our most valuable resources, our children, and a contributing factor in the 3 leading causes of death for teenagers: accidents, homicides, and suicides. And whereas it is the goal of the Red Ribbon Week and the Village of Cary to involve families, schools, businesses, churches, law enforcement agencies, and service organizations in all aspects of this campaign and establish an atmosphere that supports awareness, education, and ongoing initiatives to prevent illegal use, drug use, and whereas the Red Ribbon Week campaign theme promotes family and individual responsibilities for living healthy, drug-free styles without illegal drugs or the illegal use of drugs. Now therefore, I, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, do hereby proclaim October 23rd through the 31st, 2024, as National Red Ribbon Week in the Village of Cary, dated this 15th day of October, 2024. And I'm going to punt on, I'm going to add one more onto my thing. I would like to recognize our own Courtney Sage today. This is her last village board meeting. She has accepted another position in a larger community, a little bit south of us. I just wanted to convey to Courtney, you have been an integral part of our organization. Your unwavering leadership within your office is mind-blowing. You brought us to another level. Your attention to detail with the budget process, all the things, helping me out on a daily basis, my refuge to go to get information and that stuff, we greatly appreciate it. I think Courtney is one of the most energized person that we have in the organization, and she will truly be missed. But on that note, we raise good people in this village, and it is our pleasure to be able to, pass you along to, I know you're mayor, so I'll be keeping touch, just as I know the mayor from Director Noonan, but we play nicely together. But he's very fortunate to gain such a trusted individual, somebody that's got so much potential, from starting as a management analyst in our Public Works Department, knowing every aspect of our Public Works Department, moving up. One of the things that our former village administrator and I did when we moved to the new facility, I said, I want Courtney up at Village Hall. I think she's what we need. Will get us to that next level. So we kind of fought with our current village administrator and say, we're gonna bring her up. And that was probably one of the best decisions we made. You really helped us, and you've improved our processes. You are very well respected. So thank you very much, and we wish you nothing but the best. Don't be a stranger. Did you have anything else?
No, you stole my thunder. And no, this is the second time I've lost Courtney to a great opportunity, and I hurts the second time just as much as the first. But no, I can't be prouder of all you've done for the village. You've grown into an amazing leader, as the mayor mentioned. You've not just been a coworker and employee, but a true leader. And I wish you the best, and don't be a stranger.
Yeah, I'll be checking up on you. Thank you very much. All right, moving to the consent agenda, I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items A through G as shown on the village's website and is displayed on the video monitor during the village board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Walrath,
Yes.
Stefani,
Yes.
McAlpine,
Yes.
Collier,
Yes.
Weinhammer.
Yes.
We have two things under separate action. I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution entering into an incentive agreement with Armanetti Express Wine and Liquor utilizing the Village of Cary's facade improvement and interior build-out grant program for the property located at 3106 Three Oaks Road, Suite H.
So moved.
Second.
The petitioner was not able to be with us this evening due to a conflict, and we're going to turn it over to Director Simmons for his info.
Thank you, Mayor, Village Board. The request this evening is for a facade and interior build-out grant for the new business going into the Westlake Shopping Center. As the board recall, a few months ago, the board did approve a new liquor license for the establishment. They're in the process of obtaining their permits to build out within the space. Primarily improvements to the tenant space include reconfiguration of the space for the new retail establishment, as it was a former gym location. They're doing some upgrades to the fire sprinkler system and then also installing some new signage on the exterior of the building. So total improvements proposed are about $29,000 in cost, which would request a grant funding for this program of $10,000 would be the maximum permitted under the grant. The property is not within the TIF, so under our program parameters, the new business would have to be a sales tax producing business, which this business obviously would be from a retail sales perspective, so they are eligible for the program. Plans are to start construction here in the next month, hopefully be open by the end of the year for the work.
Thank you. Any questions or comments by the village board?
I don't have any questions, but I have a comment.
Sure.
I think that this is the perfect opportunity to utilize this program for a tax-generating business. And it'd be nice to have, I think they'd be a great tenant and have that sales tax revenue. So I'm definitely in support of it.
I agree. There's a lot going on at that center right now, and by filling up these spaces, especially the retail sales tax generators, this is the perfect use of the money that we have allocated for this. Anything else? Roll call, please.
McAlpine,
Yes.
Walrath,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Yes.
Collier,
Yes.
Stefani,
Yes.
Thank you. Our final item for separate action is I will entertain a motion to approve the agreement with the property owners at 8920 Illinois Route 31, Cary, Illinois, 60013 for a public utility and road access easement, and authorize the mayor and deputy clerk to sign the agreement for the grant of public utility and road access easements.
So moved.
Second?
Who's got this? Kalen?
I'm taking it, yes. Good evening. So, as everybody is aware, village is working on a well construction project for a well site and a water treatment facility at the northwest corner of the Rotary Park parcel. And through that process, we've been working with the property owners who are here today to come to an agreement for a utility easement and a temporary construction access easement agreement. So 2 easements, that's what is in consideration for tonight. It's a construction easement, so we have access from Route 31 corridor into the Rotary Park property for construction, and then a permanent utility easement for running electric to run the facility. There's several considerations in this agreement that you have in front of you, just highlighting some of them in the agreement. The existing structures, the village agrees that the existing structures on the property, if they were ever to be connected to the water system, that the village would waive those tap-on fees. We are agreeing to additional gravel. Their tenants that currently live on the property there, they use the drive for parking, so in order to compensate them, that drive that we're now going to use as access, we're going to add some additional gravel so that they're able to park on the property. Some fence considerations, the tenants, again, have some dogs, so we want to make sure that those dogs are corralled and away from construction activity. One of the bigger highlights is that the property owner has 3 parcels in the village of Cary and 1 parcel in the village of Algonquin. Part of this agreement agrees that if the Algonquin parcel were to develop and Algonquin did not have utilities available to the site, that the village of Cary would have those utilities available to develop that site. Financial aspects of the agreement include a $35,000 payment for that permanent easement. Again, that's the permanent easement that would maintain for the electric for the well house, and then $1,500 a month for 24 months for the construction access agreement, which would allow us again to get off the corridor of Route 31 straight onto the Rotary Park parcel. So, and that's for 24 months and $1,500 every month after until the project is complete. We anticipate the project to be 18 to 24 months, so we expect it to be within that time frame. And working with the property owner, the attorney, the engineer, all of the terms of this agreement are pretty consistent with what the engineer has seen in other projects of similar capacity. So willing to take any questions or answer any questions that you may have.
Anybody have any questions? This is something we've been working on for quite some time. We've looked at a couple of avenues. This is actually the best case scenario. We thank the Shalley family for working with us on this. I think this will be a good partnership moving towards that Route 31 corridor development opportunities that we have. It's been going on for a long time, and I'm glad that we're able to come to an agreement. Thank you very much for participating with us. We look forward to working with you and get some of that new development going on Route 31 for you. Anything else? Roll call, please.
Stefani?
Yes.
Weinhammer?
Yes.
Walrath?
Yes.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Collier?
Yes.
Thank you. Administrator support, Administrator Morimoto. Nothing. Department heads. Chief Finland.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Nada.
Oh, except,
Okay.
thank you. October 26th, we'll be participating in the DEA Drug Take Back program. We'll be collecting unwanted prescription medication here between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
How about just for the public's information, is there another way that they can drop off drugs on a daily basis?
Yes, and I'm reminded by
24/7,
Deputy Chief
365?
Nadenuff, yeah, by Deputy Chief Nadenuff every day
Yes.
when he has to collect the medications. We have a drop box that is in the lobby of the municipal center that we will accept anything but no sharps, no liquids, but then we'll accept all other prescription medication that we'll send to a pharmaceutical company that disposes of it for us.
Thank you. That's great. Director Noonan.
Just a final reminder that the Jandis Road cutoff railroad crossing is going to start construction this Friday at 9 a.m. and that's going to be a week-long construction. They do have signage out there if you've traveled that way. That goes from, again, this Friday at 9 a.m. to next Friday, the 25th at 5 p.m. They plan to be back open.
Thank you. Hopefully it'll be sooner than that. They're stacking up all their materials, so we'll see. Director Simmons.
Yes, just brief update. Next Tuesday evening, we will be hosting a community development open house in the boardroom here. So if there's information we'll have on upcoming development projects and also on our building permit process, so individuals that want to see what our department does, we will have some information from that standpoint that will be here for the public.
That's just another effort that we're making to let the community know how we do what we do. We've had great success with police and public works. That last public works open house was outstanding. It was really well done. People have a much better understanding, well, the people that come have a much better understanding of our water waste treatment plant. And letting them know that we're going to do community development next, they were very excited about it because it seems like, community development seems mysterious to a lot of people and why we don't talk about a lot of things. And I think you'll have a better understanding about some of the confidentiality that goes in when somebody wants to come into the village can kind of be explained and how we go through our process and with the permitting and how you get from a phone call to a shovel in the ground to a ribbon cutting. So I think it'll be all inclusive.
Yeah, I don't have the fancy toys that police and public works have, but we'll have some information.
Cake, yeah.
Yeah,
Cake.
we'll see.
That's
do
only
have-
the police. Hold on a minute, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I have a mulligan too, by the way, in regards to an update, is we're updating our outdoor siren notification system the week of October 21st. So there may be periodic testing of the siren. We'll be putting out information through the Curie News Weekly and through our other methods of transmitting information to the public. But don't be alarmed. We're just upgrading the system to make it more efficient and more secure as it relates to the activation of that system.
Okay, thank you. Any future agenda items and discussion by the village board? None said. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 6:29.